What's up, fam? So, the big reveal. Not really. I'm always saying something. It's like, here he is, he's saying something again. Here he is, he's saying something again. Here he is, he's freaking crying wolf. What the hell, right? No, it's all good. I'm going to explain. Okay, so what's going on with Lou Santiago Jr.? A lot. This year has been a intense year, a very, I would say, stressful year, and concerning year, on so many levels, and one of the things that would be hard pressed to say would be someone coming out and saying this has been possibly one of the greatest years. And what happens is that I believe many people this year, with all of the stresses that life has brought out to us and that life has presented with us, it showed us exactly what it is that we're made of. It showed us that when you are backed up to a corner, just what it is that you're capable of accomplishing, of creating, of establishing. And when you come together with others with like minds and like hearts, what it is that you can overcome and actually set in motion. And it's been one of those years for me personally that I can actually say I'm awake. And with that, I made several decisions. One of the things is that this entire year has been my full year in practicing emergency medicine. And halfway through the year, I actually got to pick up another job, and I was practicing urgent care medicine. And I started my journey, as you know, I graduated in 2019, in January of 2019, and I started working in June in the emergency room, and I've been there ever since. And it has been one of the most absolute rewarding experiences of my entire life. And go figure, it has actually been one of the most challenging. And it goes to show, honestly, that when you're met with challenges, you're able to just see and learn so much of yourself. And something that I have been challenged with over and over and over again was, how do I fit in with this social media, community, this online presence? Back in 2007, late 2007, early 2008, I started getting into the whole online community, where I started teaching online drum lessons. Many of you remember, I would like to think many of you, it's probably just a few, but I've been led to believe many, that I started 99cent Drum Lessons over 10 years ago. And I was one of the first online platforms where you can learn drumming, but that you can download the content into your computer. At that time, here it comes, into your iPod or onto your iPhone. And I shortly started the journey of medicine afterwards, after announcing and releasing 99cent Drum Lessons. With that, I didn't realize the immense attraction and success of 99cent Drum Lessons back then, that once I started school, I wasn't able to keep up with the demand, keep up with the service, if you will. And I said, you know what, I'm going to lay it to the side. I'm going to concentrate on my academic journey, do well and succeed in this, and therefore I'll come back, and while on this journey, I'm going to figure out how I can infuse the two, music and medicine. And to my surprise, there's still room for 99 cent drum lessons. Obviously, online drumming is nowhere near a surprise to anyone as it was back in 2007, 2006, 2008, you know. However, I believe that there's space for me, and there is room for the approach in which I am coming into the community. So my announcement, in which I was alluding to in the sense that I was making decisions, I had to make firm decisions, I had to make tough decisions that involved family, that involved my musical career, and that had the outlook for my medical career. And these are the following, okay? And they are the following. And it comes full circle with the whole thing of 99 cent drum lessons. My family and I will be leaving New York City. We're relocating. As far as the timing of it all, we are unsure, but we know for a fact this is happening. New York City has been my birthplace. It's been the place that I grew up and spent the longest time in. As you know, in my journey, you know, I've lived in other states and in other cities, being a touring professional drummer, and ended up back in New York, finishing up my medical training, and then started my practicing. However, the New York City that I live in now is not the New York City that I grew up in, and I wouldn't feel, you know, that it's the I guess I'm just really just still like amazed as to how much my city has changed, you know. And not only that, my city hasn't only changed, I have changed, you know. And it can continue to be an amazing city for some, but for me and my family, it's changed where I don't feel it's the right place for me anymore. And in speaking with my wife, she feels the same way. And my children, believe it or not, being as young as they are, they're not feeling it as well, you know. So we're just like, deuces, love you, I'm all about it, the energy, the whole deal, but I'll come and visit, you know. So that's that, breaking out of New York, deuces. The next part, it was really refreshing, I would say revealing, definitely emotional too, for sure, in making the realization that I myself will no longer be touring as a professional musician. Not so much for the thing of COVID, because that definitely affected music community in general. Prior to COVID, I wasn't touring as much as I was before because I was studying and training medically. However, I did make the announcement that I was back, and then I was touring with Lou Sanchez, and then we started taking dates, and then all of a sudden, shortly after, you know, in March, COVID hit, and then that just stopped the tour. But with that, I wasn't already touring a lot, and even in taking the gig with Raul, I was already in my mind saying I'm only going to be taking only certain gigs, depending who it is that calls me to play, you know. And it's not a thing of being jerky or like, you know, who does he think he is that he can just pick and choose whatever gig he wants or whatever. It's I'm valuing my time, that when I'm on the road, or if I'm going to be on the road, that number one, and solely number one, that is purposeful. And then number two, that the community that I'm with, we share the same heart and mind, and that it's all about the people. It's all about giving honor and glory to God. It's all about awesome fellowship and genuineness, you know. I think I can honestly say that I was just done with the whole showbiz persona, you know, the appearance thing. It's just, I don't even think that I was in it. I believe I just tolerated it because it was part of the business, you know. It was part of the thing that you had to do, you know. And but for me internally, I really didn't care for it ever, you know. I just cared about being on my drums, playing, and just praising my creator with the gift that he's blessed me with, and making an impact on other people's lives through my instrument, through my gifting. So I made the decision that I'm no longer going to tour, possibly ever, you know, because I'm still gonna leave it open to, depending on who it is, but as it being my life, as it being the thing that I look forward to, like, you know, waiting for who's gonna call me, or I want that gig, or that, or I want to play with this person, in the sense of that being my main outlook and my main focus. Those days are over, and I've accepted that, because I am now putting all that energy, all that experience, and now I'm dedicating it solely towards education. And coupled with that, I'm also putting it towards my medical practice, my medical growth, my knowledge growth, my experience growth, because that's where my life is, you know, the majority of the time, in the sense of that's what is being able to sustain and take care of my family. However, with that, I also state that I also have an immense love and an immense passion for music. And where is my place? Well, God birthed 99 Cent Drum Lessons in my heart for the right reasons. It wasn't a thing of like, this is my quick fix, I'm gonna make money, I'm gonna be established, and I'm gonna be set, and then this is it. This is the service, this is the business, this is that. It was literally out of a place of just making a platform that can make it available to anyone, wherever they were found around the world, to have the immense and awesome access and opportunity to learn, to me, the absolute best instrument on the face of this world. And that's the drums, without any limitations, you know. And the price point, 99 cents, was just the area where whatever comes in from the purchases of these lessons, that it can enable the platform to continue going, you know. And looking back through the years of this being, for, my gosh, it's been what, 13 years now, you know. It never got to really make its presence the way that I've always envisioned it. And I'm just saying, now it's over. 99 Cents Drum Lesson, 99centdrumlessons.com is absolutely going to see the day of light. It's going to now definitely come out and carry out the vision since its birth. And it may not have had a presence for a long time, but I'm just stating it right now. It will, and it will remain. I am absolutely 100% and passionate about giving it my all to help inspire and educate you in any which way that I can, whether it's through music, through 99 Cent Drum Lessons, or through Musician Med, which is the other venture that I'm going to be putting my energy and focus to, which is where I can provide some medical advice, some medical health tips, you know, on the conditions that musicians and people in the arts face on a day-to-day, whether it's in the practice area, whether it's on the touring, or whether it's just your lifestyle. Those are the things that I'm being passionate about, and it's all centered around education. Now, with that, you know, there's a whole bunch of other platforms that were birthed back then as well. They just totally never saw the day of light, because everything was from the stem cell. You know, 99 Cent Drum Lessons was going to be the stem cell, which was, once this is done and it's complete, now we can give birth to the other areas, in which those will definitely come as the fruition and the complete rollout of 99 Cent Drum Lessons has been established. And you will definitely be updated on that for sure. You know, for me, I was definitely a victim of my own perfectionism. I always got ahead of myself in announcing something that I was currently doing and that I already saw the completion date and that I was going to definitely put it out there. But then I am, as I'm sure you are and anyone else who is dedicated to their craft and brings about the professionalism in which you do, your own, and I am my own, worst critic. And every time everything was complete and I had friends and family say, man, this is great, this looks great, I pulled the plug. I erased it. I decided I wanted to do it all over again from top to finish, and never took it into consideration that, hey, you're just showing where you are in the process and you'll just keep going. And that's why, you know, I admire people like Mike Johnson who have stayed there, and you've seen them, and you've seen the longevity, and you've seen the increasing, and they're getting better and better and better. And then, you know, you see so many others that are along in that process, such as, like, you know, the Orlando drummer, such as who else? Oh man, you know, Rob Brown, you know, Steven Taylor, Casey Cooper, who else? Jared Falk, you know. So everybody's shown their journey and whatnot. And for me, I don't know, it just, I wanted to show a finished product, and I'm at the place where it's like, yo, that's done. Freak that. I don't give a crap. So I'm hitting the reset button, and I can't say how excited I am over this whole thing. And I'm getting a phone call from my good friend, in which I've been waiting for him to give me the phone call, but I'm going to decline it so I can make this video out here. But that's a very important phone call, which I will make back in text. But I'm hitting the reset button, and with that reset button comes a lot, because I want it to be straight up authentic, and I want it to be genuine, and I want those that are that I surround myself to be about the same message and whatnot. So with that, I state the following. And this in no way is any disrespect. In no way am I saying that products are inferior, or that there are other products that are superior and whatnot. I love drumming. I do. I freaking love drumming. And I can't believe I'm getting emotional right now, but it's true. This instrument has done so much for my life that I can't even remotely explain. And I want to share that. I want to expose what this instrument has done to my life. And I have a very awesome plan. My wife has partnered up with me. My brother has partnered up with me. And my extended brother from another mother has partnered up with me. And I cannot believe the things that we have discussed and put together to bring about 99 Drum Lessons and Lou Santiago Jr.'s life. You know, it's one that I believe will inspire and make an amazing difference in other people's lives through my experiences, through my successes, but I believe mainly through my insecurities and my faults, because it's very valuable for people to know they're not alone. It's very valuable for people to know you're not the only one, you know. And I thank all of you who have remained consistent with your posts, consistent with your videos, because they've encouraged me, they've influenced me, they've inspired me, and I'm wide the freak awake. So going back to my statement about the reset button and that products aren't inferior or this one is superior to the other and all that stuff, whatever, I decided to just be alone. And what I mean by that is I am not endorsing any companies. I'm not looking at these endorsements. I'm not pursuing any of them further. I have established some relationships that I believe are extremely important to me, and we have been in constant communication, and they are aware of what I am doing, and they fully trust me in my decisions, and we are in complete understanding. And when the time comes, we'll see who will be alongside Lou Santiago Jr., who will be alongside 99cent Drum Lessons. There's so many different companies out there. I want to play it all. I want to be seen playing it all. I'm not a slave to anyone anymore. I'm not going to just be like, yeah, this is what it is. My sound is me. I'm sorry, it is. It's me. My tuning is me. My approach to the drumming, my touch, everything is me. Whether this is going to be like very inconsiderate or if you think cocky or something like that, it's not. It's extremely sincere. I've spent many years perfecting what I do with the drums, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna make a DW drum set sound good. I'm gonna make a Sonar drum set sound good. I'm gonna make Odori sound good. I'm gonna make Pearl sound good. I'm gonna make a freaking CP, whatever the freak, sound good, because I believe in my approach, my touch, my tuning, my ears, the setting in which I find myself in, and I just want to play it all, and I want to be seen playing it all. And so I'm starting fresh, I'm starting new, and if you're someone that's willing to trust me, be a good person to allow me to play your brand, your company, to showcase your company, to showcase your brand, hit me up, because I'm down to do so. I vowed myself now to be tied by no one. However, absolutely 100% be a friend to everyone. So guys, this is my announcement. This is my new direction. This is my commitment to myself, to my family, and to you, that everything that I put out is, one, purposeful. It will have a means to an end, in the sense of delivering positivity, delivering a gesture of good faith, delivering inspiration. But most of all, I hope, and I can only pray, that through anything and everything that I do and bring about, is that it brings about unity. And I just can't wait to display to you guys the things that are in my heart to share with you all. This video is most likely way longer than I intended, but it's my heart. It's what I feel, it's what I think, and it's what I decided to do. And I do have some products that I'm bringing out too. I wanted to make this announcement in 2020 because 2021, it's all new. So I honestly didn't know how to end this video, because I was just like, I think the only thing that's fitting is this guy's a Jedi. All right. So you have a weak left hand. And what we're going to do now is we're going to work on this left hand. And we're going to get right to it. How did I rehearse it? Oh, yeah. Hey, friends and fam. How you doing? My name is Lou Santiago Jr. And I play drums. That didn't work. That's actually taken. He already has his own thing. I can't take that one either.